Chapter 4. We made our way to the food store, which smelled of hot dogs and burnt sugar. Mom got a stick of candy floss each. It tastes like clouds. Yum, I said, biting in the fluff which melted immediately on my tongue. You know how would make this candy floss really exciting, said Mom, waving her wand before everyone could say anything. If it changed flavor with you every bite. Sparkles ran down into a buzz, and next time I bit my candy floss, tasted cherry pie. Oh, butterscotch, said Mirabel. Chocolate cake, said Wilbur. Frog's pound, said Dad while wrinkling his nose. Oh, said Mom. Hang on, she waved her wand again. Red juice, said Dad, my favorite. I stared up at the sky, which was beginning to darken. At the fairy lights were fizzing sparkly all over the fairground. Some of the bulbs were broken. After all the magic we had already done, fixing the fairy lights wouldn't make such of a difference. Why shouldn't I help out a little bit too? Can I carry them? I asked. Good idea, said Dad. I closed my eyes tight and waved my wand above me, shooting a shower of sparkling into the air. The broken lights began to twinkle and glow, and fizzed and sputtered around. Sputtering stopped. Lovely, Isadora, said Mom. Then I had another irresistible idea. I waved my wand again, and this time the lights changed shape. Now they had stars and moon and bat shape. Oh, pretty, said Mirabel. I felt my face glow pink with pride. I think we would go on that spinny thing next, said Wilbur, pointing towards the fast-looking ride, which almost looked like a spider. There was a car at the end of each arms, and it whisked around and around like a very fast roundup. Pink Rabbit doesn't want to try that, right? So I'm going to stay here with him, I said. Me too, said Mom. We walked over to the rise and looked on Wilbur. And Dad got into a little cars. The ride started, and we watched them rise up into the air, and it started to spin, their hair flying out of behind them. Suddenly we saw a puff of magic powder improved out of the Mirabel's car, and all of the ones the ride stand forth instead of broomsticks wiggled. Instead of cars, my family were not sitting astride broomsticks and spinning higher and higher into the air. They wouldn't even act like a ride anymore. I heard Mirabel's speech and delight. The music from the ride started to blare across the fairground. Oh, said Mom, I should have guessed she would do something. By the time the ride stopped and the bigger crowd of people had gathered around. Wow, they were saying, we wanted to go. The ticket seller looked surprised but very pleased as he started to sell tickets and next round of customers. Suddenly, I didn't mind about the magic at all anymore. Even though it meat to the fair was not really a prepared human one. It made me feel so happy that we had able to help the fair people. My whole body tinkled in excitement and pride. I wanted to do more. I pointed at my wand. The roller coaster had shot steam and sparkled towards it. Fireworks began to shoot out of the bank and carriage. As it sped along, rainbow glitter and sparkled fists through the air. That's a nice torch, Isadora, said Mom. I think we are really making a difference. We are, I said, feeling pleased. Where next? Asked Wilbur. A castle, I yelled. Good idea, said Dad. We had better get it before the quest starts. I don't think there's much chance of being killed, said Mom, as we made our way into the castle into the middle of the fairground. Sad and worn-looking horses grabbed on down and pullers and castle went slowly round and round. Playing a tune of kept getting stuck, so that it played a same note over it once again. Oh dear, said Dad. That's right. Could do a bit of help. I'll do it, I said, jumping up and down excitedly. Let me try. I closed my eyes and waved my wand. When I opened them, the horses had transformed into the big sparkly unicorns and glittering dragons with scaly wings. The music began to gently and cheerful. Oh, wow, said Mom. Well done, Isadora. Beautiful, said Dad. We all raced towards the castle. I chose a pink unicorn with a flowering mane and tail and hopped on. Pink Rabbit sat proudly in front of me. We started to go round and round, but something was happening. The animal was starting to move. My unicorn began to stamp into food, and suddenly, while the people still chatted, we leapt right off the castle and began to bob into the fairground. Mom, Dad, Mirabel, and Wilbur followed. We wound into out of the actions, leaped through the air, and glowing stars steamed up behind us. People stared as we flew by, reaching for their phones, taking photos, and ringing their friends. Come on to the fair, they shouted. You wouldn't believe your eyes. Eventually, the animals went back towards the castle and held back on waiting for the next round people to get in. That was amazing, said Mirabel. It was my favorite, I said. There was a huge queue waiting to get the castle now, and the fairground was absolutely heaving with people. I could see my friend Zoe climbing onto a pink unicorn. I waved at her, and she waved it back. I think we've done enough, said Mom. We should try probably stop doing magic now. Yes, agreed Dad. We don't want to overdo it. Let's just enjoy ourselves now. How about a ghost train? I love ghost trains, said Mirabel. We queued up into the tool, stood there. I noticed a little glint at Mirabel's eyes. Once we had in the carriage, she started to imagine her focus of something. What are you doing? I asked her. As the train launched into life and we started into the tunnels, along a little track, passing pretend monsters who leaped out into the shadows. Just one more thing, said Mirabel. And last thing, I promise. I saw her mix something up, and she drew it on the monsters as we passed. It'll just make rides a little more interesting, she explained. But interesting was not the word I would have to use. When the train came out into the right the end, I could see people screaming and run away. They looked terrified. Then I saw what Mirabel had done. The monsters, which had been pretended before, had come alive. They had leaping out of the ghost trains and spilling out of the fairground, crashing after the crowds.